America first, American first. Okay, this is a political discussion we are bringing for the past 6 months, and now everyone we started bringing this discussion, political discussion, prior to the 5th November historical election in United States. We felt that something big change is lurking. Something big change is awaiting. Now everyone around the globe, they are seeing the big change, and especially the people in China and people in United States. Now the Americans, they are doing mass protest against the government of America amid the rising price of Chinese products in America. People are using cheap or moderate priced Chinese products. They are being sold in America, from a needle to a smartphone, mobile phone, everything that comes cheap from the China. Now, in that sense, when price is rising, America has put 145% tariff on the Chinese product, and on the few products it is 245%. Whereas in retaliatory action, China has put 125% tariff on the American product. Earlier, it used to be 52% on the American product. Anyway, now tariff war and trade war is going on. It has started, it has commenced between America and China. In that there is a news anyway. Mr. J.D. Vance, Mr. J.D. Vance, the Honorable Vice President of United States, he was deeply welcomed. The hospitality for the J.D. Vance was very high. So he was deeply welcomed in the India. But it doesn't look like either JD Vance or any of the American products, they are being welcomed in the China. Anyway, the tariff war is on, and very big news is coming that Xiamen Airlines is an airlines in China, and it has returned two Boeing 737 Max aircraft. Xiamen Airline is a private airline. There are mainly three airlines in China: Air China, Eastern Air China, Eastern Airlines, and Southern Airlines. China Eastern Airlines and China Southern Airlines and China Air China. There is another airline called Xiamen Airlines. This is private airlines, I believe, and it has purchased 130 Boeing 737 Max aeroplane from the Boeing company, which is based on Seattle. So Boeing company, it has made a Zhongshao. I believe Zhongshao is the name. That is a small town near the Shanghai city in China. There is a completion center of the aircraft from Boeing. So Boeing aircraft travels 5,000 miles from Seattle, Washington state, and from there it lands. Airplanes, they land in the Shanghai, and there it is painting and other finishing touch is done there, and then they are being handed over to the airlines. So Xiamen Airlines, two aeroplane, it has returned to the Boeing, and they have landed back into the Seattle airbase of the Boeing Airlines company. Boeing Airlines company, it was founded in 1916. It is a very old aeroplane company in aeroplane manufacturing company in the America. And Boeing 737 model Max model, it comes under Boeing 737 model. And Boeing 737 model in market is cost around $110 million. A Boeing 737 model in market, it, it Boeing 737 model. Okay, so Boeing 737 model, it cost around $110 million in market, and Boeing 737 Max model, it cost around $55 million in the market, half of the price. Boeing 737 $110 million, and Boeing 737 Max model, that is that is a error prone model. That model is not very famous. Boeing 737 Max, and Boeing company, it had discontinued this model for the 5 years, considering that it made accident in Indonesia and Ethiopia. So this model was discontinued, but demand from the Chinese company, The Air China Eastern Airlines and China Southern Airlines, they have ordered around 200 airlines, and then Xiamen Airlines, it has ordered around 130 Boeing 737 Max airline, that is very cheap airline, that cost $55 million per piece. Anyway, when the Xiamen has returned this aeroplane, two aeroplane Boeing 737 Max aeroplane, which cost $55 million per piece, now there is a gossip going on that Boeing, who is playing the role? Either Xiamen airline returned it, or Boeing company, it took it back. Now, whatever it is, but two aeroplane has been returned, considering the tariff, the American tariff, the Chinese tariff on American product. Now, China tariff is 125%. In that sense, these airlines will cost more than two times. Means if it cost base price is $55 million, then it will cost more than $110 million. That is twice 100% tariff, 125% tariff. That will be very costly. Means $55 million aeroplane, if it costs 120 or $130 million aeroplane, then I believe it will be considered as very costly. In that sense, now 130 aeroplane that Xiamen Airlines has booked for the Boeing 737 Max, now more likely it will return everything, or they will not come at all. And 200 airlines 737 Max, cheap airline, that is booked from the Air China and China Southern Airlines and China Eastern Airlines, more or less they will be returned too, because cost is very high. Chinese government, they have suggested their aeroplane airlines company to not buy any aeroplane from the America. This is what they have suggested. Okay, this is the story that we have told, that what is going on. Anyway, Mr. J.D. Vance, the Vice President of United States, he saw a warm welcome in India, but he is found saying a very bad thing about the American producer. I'm sorry, the J.D. Vance, the Vice President of United States, he found ridiculing. He found ridiculing on the manufacturers of China who export to the America, calling them poor peasants. Peasants means a small farmer, poor farmer. Means these are poor farmers. They try to export their product into America. This is what he is saying. Means these are the words that are coming from the American president, vice president, when Chinese companies are returning the American product back to the America. Okay, this is the scenario. Now I would say that America is not troubling China. What's going on? Now people are seeing it as America is troubling China when it is putting 145% tariff on China, and on some product 245% tariff on China, excluding semiconductor products. And that is America is waiting that all semiconductor company from the United States who has who has invested into China, they will shift their manufacturing unit from China to India, or assembly unit. Then they can continue with the 145% taxes on the semiconductor products from China, also 145% tax. Right now there is potentially there is no tax, considering lot of American companies, they have invested into China, and once their product enter into America, same 145% tax, it will be imposed on them also. So they are waiting for it. Anyway, who is doing favor on whom? If America has come forward and it has imposed 145% tariff on Chinese product, then more or less it looks like Americans are making Chinese companies famous, knowingly, unknowingly. If they are making bitter comment on the Chinese, then they are making Chinese famous. If JD Vance is making a peasant kind of attack on the Chinese manufacturers, then he is making Chinese manufacturer famous. We will go by the fundamental that Mr. Donald Trump has placed, whose product is powerful. There is no rule and regulation, and there is no tariff on them. There is no rule regulation, or there is no taxes on them. If product is powerful, then any rule regulation does not work on them. This is what Donald Trump has said. He is a businessman. and from his experience. If Chinese products are powerful, then no one can stop them. If American product is powerful, then no one can stop them. Anyway, then what is the scenario that is going on? Our version, our version is that these are the, if Chinese company is returning, if Chinese company is returning the Boeing aircraft, then we are smelling the Chinese government hindrance over here. The Chinese government, the Chinese government play we are smelling here. China government, they are pressurizing or advising their airlines company to not buy American airlines. Then what is the substitute? Chinese airlines. If Boeing was established in 1916, then there is a Chinese company called Commercial Aircraft Corporation, COMAC, COMAC, Commercial Aircraft Corporation, and it is based in Shanghai only. In Shanghai, Boeing has a completion center where Boeing aircraft comes to Shanghai, and there they are completed and then they are handed over to the airlines. There only China has made a airlines company called COMAC, Commercial Aircraft Corporation. These they make C909, C919 and many other aircrafts. And now Vietnam is buying C909 from the COMAC, COMAC Airlines Company, COMAC Airlines Manufacturing Company. Now, what is the scenario? It makes around 90-seater small airplane, that is C907. Whereas if I compare with the Boeing 737, then that is around 126-seater. Boeing 737, that is considered as a stable airplane, that cost around $110 million. Similarly, in similar fashion, 90-seater, that is 126-seater, 90-seater C909, that is Chinese aircraft, is cost $38 million. And on bulk order, it reduces the price very less. It reduces a lot. Now consider $38 million one aircraft from China and $110 million from the Boeing. Now this kind of activity will make Chinese aircraft famous around the globe. Anyway, Chinese company were buying 737 Max model. That is around same thing, I believe, around more than 126 seater. It is 180 seater, and that cost $55 million, because that is considered as a kind of some it has some problem, it makes accident. Otherwise, say 737 model, not Max model, it cost $100 million. Now American product $100 million and Chinese product $38 million. Just think that if everyone around the globe they start buying Chinese aircraft, then who will buying Boeing? Everything in America is very costly. If someone buys Apple mobile, then $1,200, whereas base price. If someone buys Redmi mobile, then it is $100. $100, $1,200. Chinese airplane, $38 million versus $110 million, that is American airplane. Now it is guaranteed that lot of order, that C909 right now it is receiving order within China also, and in the southeastern Asia, that is Vietnam, they are ordering C909 right now from the Chinese company COMAC, Commercially Aircraft Corporation. Now I am 100% sure that many countries they will buy now C909, that is a stable model, against Boeing 737 $110 million, or Boeing 737 Max model, that is a accident prone model, that is $55 million. Still double of the C909. Amazing China. No one can compete China in engineering right now. China civil engineering, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, electronics engineering, computer science engineering. Now the way America is doing with the China, unnecessarily they made Byte Dance Company famous. No one was knowing about Byte Dance Company earlier. Now everyone is knowing Byte Dance Company is the number one artificial intelligence company in the world. Now people will know that COMAC, that is Commercial Aircraft Corporation Shanghai based, that is a number one aeroplane manufacturing company in the world. People will know about it. And this way, means step by step, China is taking over all the engineering products from the America. If America wants to shut down the import of Chinese product into America, then they are doing anti-favor. They are doing against work to the American people only. Now American people are forced to buy very costly American products against very cheap Chinese products. So American people are now, they are making slogans. They are coming and protesting against American government. That American government is the biggest threat to American people. Means American people, they will become poor and poorer day by day because of the American government only. Means they want Chinese products. I won't say that it is very good that you buy foreign product. No one would advise. If American people buy American product, that is better than they buy Chinese product. But even best would be that American companies should grow in the technology and they start manufacturing cheap products and good products and better than Chinese products. That is the way they can capture the American market back and they can capture the global market rather than putting taxes here and there and then insulting Chinese manufacturer by vice president of America, calling them a peasant, means poor farmers and those kind of things. That will not work. Every time when we are making these videos, every time we are saying that shortcut will not work. America is taking shortcut now. America, Donald Trump is found saying that when we are putting 145% taxes on China, then China is making is in constant discussion with us, and they are trying to make a deal with us where Chinese counterpart, they have completely denied with a statement that we are begging, kind of in situation that we are begging for the bringing down. This is what the way Donald Trump is saying, bringing down the tariff on the Chinese product. Okay, they are saying we are in dialogue, that we are not in a deal kind of situation, or not we are in a situation we are begging. So this is what Chinese counterpart are saying. Anyway, this will not work. This is what I am thinking, and everyone would be thinking. The way America is doing, this will not work. They have to work more, invent more, and they have to be polite now. No, none of the Chinese, I'm not a Chinese supporter. None of the Indians are Chinese supporter. I am Chinese technology supporter though. The way they are growing in the technology, no one will be against them. But the way Americans are doing, no one will support them. Americans are known for hardworking and highly intelligent and highly inventive people. But the way they are running behind tariff war and this war and that war, talking anything about anyone, that will not work. We believe that Americans' product will be famous again, but more or less, we believe that everyone Indian product would defeat.